especially for a woman, is when you really do have control over how you think, feel, and act with your money.
She's amazing. She's a legend. She is the world's premier personal finance expert, and she is here today for the last show of the year. It's only been 2 times this year we've had the pleasure of having Suze Orman joining us, and I know we all dream of financial freedom, and we are here together to have Suze share her wisdom with you and her brand new best-selling book. This is a #1 bestseller on the New York Times. She's a Wall Street Journal bestseller. On Amazon right now, there's over 5,000 5-star reviews on this brand new book. She's an incredible lady with so much knowledge. She is here to help us take the fear away of what it means to really be ready and how to, as she says right here, with the winning strategies to make your money last for a lifetime. If there's ever a day to spend any money on anything, it's this. This book is incredible. Now, what you're gonna get, it's just a wealth of knowledge. The hard copy is yours, plus you're going to be getting an audio version of the book, plus there's a digital e-version of the book. In addition to that, what the rest of this package consists of is the key to unlocking the stress around this topic, and it's all right here. We're gonna be talking about the must-have documents. You've got access to all of these, and they're all so important. I used to think, oh, I wrote my will, I'm set to go, until I had a good heart-to-heart with Suze Orman a couple years ago. And you know what? I'm not scared anymore, nor should you be. We're here to talk about this topic and this, as I said, last show of the entire year. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the smartest woman I know. I have to admit right now, Suze Orman, I have a girl crush on you. It's so good to see you.
Sweet. You know, I was watching you in the hour before, and first of all, you should tell the boys I buy their products just so you know, right? But I tuned you on. Yeah, I looked at you and I went, oh, Callie, you look so fabulous, girlfriend. You're really looking wonderful.
Thank you, Suze. I know it's been a long time since we've been able to see each other in person. And thank you for what you do. I mean, this is your forte. I wish I had 1/10 of the knowledge that you do, but you share your knowledge and literally give us a chance to have those hard conversations with ourselves, with our partners, about what it means to just really look forward to the future without fear.
Yeah, you know, we call this hour the ultimate money saver package because there has never been a more important time in our entire history than to learn how to make more really out of less money. Interest rates are so low right now. Inflation, have you been shopping, everybody? Really outside, obviously, of HSN, but have you been buying groceries? Have you bought anything? Even if you're renting, rents are up 70%. Everything is so expensive now, so you really have to know how to make the most of what you have, and that's what this entire hour is going to be about making more out of money, making more out of your whole retirement years, and making sure that you save money when you're purchasing the documents that every single one of you needs. You're going to be saving about $2,500 there. So let's get to it, my dear Callie.
Let's do it, because it's much more than the book. And like I said, this is the hard copy that you'll receive, plus you will be giving us the audio version and a digital ebook version. The must-have documents, I know you're receiving an activation code to unlock this very important world. And then a little bit later, we'll talk about the savings account that is also part of this program that helps you start saving money automatically just by being a little bit of disciplined down the road. But I think it's important. Do you want to start with the books? Do you want to talk about the must-have documents?
So we'll start with the book just briefly. I'll just spend a few seconds on it. But here's what's important. The title of this book. The title of this book is The Ultimate Retirement Guide for 50 Plus. And that is what is important to most of you, really, that are watching right now, especially if you are a woman. And the reason is this. Most financial advisors and the things that you see on TV are for those people who are in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, maybe in their 50s. But once you start to get older, they don't really care about you so much anymore. because they're not really dealing with you. This is the time that you cannot afford to make any mistakes with your money. When you're 20 and you're 30, you can always start over, okay. But when you're 50, when you're 60, when you're 70, especially when you're 80, you cannot make a mistake. So within this book, it's geared for the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, 80s. I take you through the rest of your life, everything you need to do so that your money really can last a lifetime. Because with interest rates as low as they are right now and everything that's happening in the world, you really have to know. And what I am telling you to do in this book is different than what I've told you to do in other books. And why is that? Because the times have changed, everybody. So you have to be up to date with that. So that's the book. But the real reason that I want you to really order this program is because of what's going to come up next. So we can just start really with the activation code and the card and what you're really getting, and I'll break down each part of it for you.
Sounds good.
So when you get this, you are going to get this activation card that you see in front of you. You're going to flip it over just like this. And you're going to see you have a code on there. You're then going to follow the directions, and up will come these icons. The very first one, the must-have documents. This is the key, really, everybody, to this program. These are documents created by my own trust lawyer. These are my own documents, now going to be your documents. If you don't have all the documents that are on the screen, you are going to be making the biggest mistake in your life. Again, this is a $2,500 value. It is good in all 50 states. It takes just 30 minutes to 1 hour to create, and there are free updates, and again, created by my own trust lawyer, and it's good on mobile, on laptops, on anything that you want. Next, this is so fabulous, I cannot tell you. It's called the Ultimate Opportunity Savings Account. I'll talk about it a little bit more, but this is a way for you to earn 16.7% return on your money.
Nice.
And I'll show you how you are going to do that without any risk whatsoever. And again, as Callie just mentioned a little bit ago, obviously you get the book, the hard copy of the book, but also you do get the audio book. And what's interesting about this is I didn't just read the book to you. I actually am giving you like a 12.5-hour seminar of all these things that are not in the book. So this is a perfect companion to the hardback. And of course, for those of you who want to read the book on Kindle or on iBook or whatever it is, that's right here for you as well. So that's essentially what comes with this program. What I also want to tell you, however, is this. This program isn't just for you. Yes, it's $63. And by the way, I just have to say this. I don't know if you know this, Callie, but on my own website, just the must-have documents are $199 on Amazon. If you went on Amazon right now to look at the book alone is $20. Even if you listen to my Women in Money podcast, and every single one of you should be listening to my Women in Money podcast, fabulous, by the way. But if you're listening to this and you would be listening to the Women in Money podcast, you would know that sometimes I give you a code and you can get the must-have documents for $69. On PBS, currently, they're $252.
Wow.
Here, not only are you getting it for $63, the book and this opportunity that I'm going to tell you about in a second, but listen to this closely now. With that activation code, you can share it with all of your family members. So this isn't just a gift for yourself when you get it. This could be a gift for your parents, for your brother, for your sister, for your kids, for your nieces, whatever it may be. So as I'm going through this, remember, it just takes one of you to purchase it, and then you can share it with your family members.
That's amazing.
So that's what they're getting. Callie.
I love that this is so comprehensive, and it is for you. It is for your family. It is for those that you love. You know, and I think retirement today, Suze, is more complicated than it's probably ever been. And life happens. It's, you know, not to be sad, but my husband died a year ago, and boy, all of a sudden things came into focus as to the documents that need to be put in place before something like that complicates things. So the documents are a key component to this whole package that you're getting. And it is crazy, $63 to have the peace of mind that you will have once you do this. And Suze has made it so easy. So I'm gonna have you go through these documents. I said at the beginning, I used to think that, well, I've got my will. And once I wrote my will, I was like, yay, it felt like I took a thorn out of my foot. But then I started listening to you. And by the way, this is the first book of yours that I read about 10 years ago. It changed everything about the way I think about being an independent woman. We have this in stock and available to you. But let's get back to, and this we do have in stock, as I mentioned. We'll put the item number up for you. But these documents are so important. In addition to the will, I think the revocable trust is a hot topic, and I'll let you elaborate on each one of these in the order that you prefer. But you make it so easy to take these steps one by one and complete this process.
So before I even go on, I'm so sorry to hear what you just said about your husband.
Thank you. It was difficult.
But everybody should listen to that. And they should listen, and they should listen to what we're about to say, because I'm sure Callie didn't expect to have that happen to her. But it happens, everybody. I didn't expect a year ago to be in a 12-hour surgery with my life on the line. And it's, you know, and whatever, I don't know. If you haven't read about it, go to people.com and you can all read it there. It was in People magazine. But anyway, but I didn't expect that. So as I go through all this, can you just keep in mind that things happen, everybody? They happen to me, they happen to Callie, and they possibly could happen to you. So before I go through how easy these must-have documents are, I just want to say this to you. These documents were created by my own trust lawyer. And I can't even tell you how important they are. So you have to know that the documents that you're about to get are legal documents, and they're the exact same documents that I have. Maybe my assets are different, but the documents are the same. So you have to think as I'm doing this. If they're good enough for me, they have to be good enough for you. You all need a will, a living revocable trust, an advanced directive and durable power of attorney for healthcare, and a financial power of attorney. When you do these documents, they do them all at once. So you're not going to have to go back and do one and the other. This is all how it works. You just click on the program and you're going to be able to personalize all these pictures that you want for your beneficiaries and yourself as well in the program. It's going to take 30 minutes to 1 hour to absolutely answer the questions here and do everything for you. You see the little icon? That's me. I'm going to help you through the whole thing. Now, we select the correct versions of each one of these documents for you, because it's not one size fits all. It's different if you're single versus married, children with no children, blended family. You deserve to have everything individualized for you. After you have answered the questions, up will come the working documents. Now, Janet, the trust lawyer, is going to take you through line by line. So it's going to be like you're in the office with her. See everything in blue? These are legal documents. You need to know what every word means. So if you don't understand something, you click on it, up comes the definition. Do you see everything in red? That's the information that you put in. Now, don't go being afraid that you can't change your mind. All you have to do is click, click, click. Again, remember I told you put pictures of all those you want to leave things to right in there, and it automatically populates all the documents with the corrections. Then you print it out. Now, when you print it out, you're going to get one sheet, just one sheet that you see in front of you of the instructions. These forms are state specific, so they will tell you exactly what you need to get it witnessed, notarized, and then what have you done? You've personalized them, you've printed them out, and now you are protected. Here's what you really all need to understand is the value. What is the value of just these 4 must-have documents? Look on your screen right now. If you went to an attorney, you don't even know, is it a good attorney? You don't even know if their documents are good. You actually don't know anything about it. But probably you are going to spend at least $2,500 for just these 4 must-have documents. However, this is what I want you to think about. Once you do your documents, things change in your life. Like Callie now has a change in her life. You know, maybe everything was done with her and her husband, and now it's just her. If this was done with a regular attorney where you went there, you'd have to go back. Every time a change happens in your life or you want to change the documents, you go back $500, $1,000.
Absolutely.
Right? Otherwise, you could do what? You could just come right here back to your program that lives on your computer, on your phone, on your iPad, and it's never going to cost you 1 more penny. And like I said before, you can share it. So that's like giving a gift of $2,500 to your friends, your family, whoever it is, over and over and over again. That's why this package is so important. I always say this, and it's so true. My goal here is not to make sure that every single one of you watching buys this package. No. My goal is that every single one of you who needs this buys it, but they share it with their family members. So if you're watching, I don't want you to buy 5 of these so that you can give it to all these people. I want you to do what? Simply get 1 and share it. Now, when I say share it, you're able to share not only the must-have documents, but you're also able to share what? The online book. You're also able to share the audio book, and you're able to share the opportunity that I'm going to talk about next, which is the Ultimate Opportunity Savings Account with the Alliant Credit Union. And this is something you cannot pass up. So all these things you get to share with your family.
And that feels good. It's such an interesting subject or topic because most of us, we wake up at night thinking about it. I should do this. Where do I even begin? I don't even know if I know an attorney. Who should I trust? And it is absolutely true because it is hundreds of dollars to meet most attorneys to just draw up whatever that will might be for you. But this isn't just about your will. This is about every other important document. In fact, this program will give you access to over 50 important documents. These are the most important that Suze is elaborating on for us today. So what a small, I mean, this is paying pennies for peace of mind, for personal protection, for family protection, for doing the right thing. Because unless you do it, who else is going to do it for you? And it's easy. Suze gives us this incredible empowerment of taking that first step by ordering the book. Get the book, get the whole program. It's all encompassing, but if you don't do it now, when are you gonna do it? You're not gonna do it with us later this month or this year because this is our last time with you, Suze, and it's such a valuable time to be together. And I see over 4,000 have already been spoken for. I don't want you to wait on this one. This is pennies to pay for peace of mind that will last a lifetime.
What's important, Callie, is that everybody understands, and excuse me, I got a little cold somehow. I don't know how I did that. That's besides the point. But this is the last time, not only will I be on this year, but this is the last time that you'll ever see this configuration of this, item. So don't let this one go. So many times I've been on in the past and I said, gold box, when I had the gold box, we're not going to bring it back again. Now all of you are writing me and go, please, I want a gold box. When I say this is the last time, it is the last time. So you need to take that seriously. I think what's really important though, Callie, is for people to understand what's the difference between a will and a trust.
Right.
Why is it that everybody just says to them, again, excuse me, that everybody just says to them, all you need is a will? Or so many of you, and this is true, everybody, you go, I'm just going to put everything as a pay on death account or a transfer on death account if I own a piece of real estate, so I don't have to go through probate. So I don't need this, Suze Orman. So I just want to explain for a few seconds why, if you don't have a living revocable trust, especially this particular living revocable trust, because this particular living revocable trust has an incapacity clause in it, and not all living revocable trusts do, and that's what makes this one so special. You also have to know that over 10 million people throughout the United States have purchased this. And what's interesting about that, in all those years, everybody has written me and said, oh my God, thank God we have this. It saved us thousands of dollars. So I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you right now. So let's just say you're one of these people and all you have is a will. And you think, I don't need anything besides a will. And let's say you own a home, and let's say it's my mom, and it's the state of California. My mom, all she has is a piece, a home, and she doesn't even have that much equity in it. And she wants to leave her home to me. So in her will, she has left it to me. Now mommy has died. I have a piece of paper that says, oh, this home is going to be mine. But mommy is no longer alive to sign her name on the deed over to me. Then what do? I'm going to have to go down to probate court. In fact, it's not going to be me, it's going to be a lawyer. And they are going to have to go through a court procedure known as probate. Just to open up probate in the state of California, it's going to cost you $1,000 or $2,000. At that point, a judge will sign my mother's name from the deed on her behalf over to me. You know how long that's going to take the judge to do it? Approximately 2 years.
No.
2 years. But here's the other thing, Callie. Not only is it going to take 1 to 2 years, most likely 2 years right now, it's going to cost me $20,000 in statutory probate fees. If you are watching me right now and you live in the state of California, there are statutory probate fees.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of lawyers say, oh, don't worry about it. It's not going to be that bad. They're the ones who take you through probate, everybody. So the whole reason that I created this package is so that if you don't have a lot of money, $20,000 is a whole lot of money.
Oh, yes, it is.
And so that's one thing. What could mommy have done? Mommy simply could have purchased this program, and she could have created a living revocable trust, living while she's alive, revocable. She could change her mind anytime she wants. Trust is the name of the document. It does not affect your property taxes. It doesn't affect anything. Your income taxes, nothing. She takes the time while she's alive to change the title of the house from her individual name into the title of the trust, held for her benefit while she's alive, my benefit after she has died. Now she's died. 2 weeks later, that house is mine.
Wow.
Zero probate fees, because it didn't have to go through probate because she already changed title while she was alive. That's just one instance. But Callie, let's say you really don't care about your beneficiaries. You don't care. It's like, listen, I worked hard for my money. If they have to go through probate and waste $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, I don't care, Susie. This isn't about avoiding probate solely. This is all about incapacity as well. So here's the question, ladies, especially the women that are watching right now, because chances are, right, women live longer than men. Callie now has experienced this. I don't know why that's true, but usually that is true. So here is the question for you. If you become incapacitated, you have a stroke, you're ill, something goes on, who is going to pay your bills and who is going to write your checks for you? A will does not help you. A will just says where your assets are to go upon your death. But what if you don't die? Who's going to do that? And in many cases, somebody is going to have you declared incompetent, get a conservatorship for you. That'll cost $5,000 in the state of California.
Goodness.
If you had this living revocable trust, take you 30 minutes to 1 hour to do all 4 of these must-have documents. It says who can sign for you if you can't sign for yourself, who you can sign for if they can't sign. It takes care of that, so you will never, ever have a problem with that. And just one other quick thing that I have to say, for those of you who think that you're going to outsmart the system, and you're simply going to put your kid's name on your title of your home as joint tenancy with right of survivorship, so if you die, it automatically passes to them, you absolutely will avoid probate if you do that. However, if your kid is in a car accident and seriously injures somebody, they can find out that this kid owns a piece of real estate and they're going to come after it.
Oh, gosh.
Don't you understand that?
Oh.
And one last thing, for those of you who do pay on death accounts and transfer on death accounts, because that avoids probate on your death, that's absolutely true. But if while you're alive, you're incapacitated and you need to get at the money in your bank account, you need to sell your home, the people who are the beneficiaries and the pay on death accounts can't help you because you're still alive.
And you haven't given
them. So
them.
I'm begging you.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why this package is important, Callie.
I've got tingles everywhere because I know too many people, Suze, who have had family goes through so much tension and stress and angst when these decisions haven't been made for those who are left behind. And I'm telling you, that alone, I mean, Suze, my goosebumps are so big because that alone is giving away a gift to those that you are, whether you care about them or not. It's the responsible thing to do as an adult, and this is the easiest way to do it, and know that everything is taken care of. A lot of us are just frozen because we don't know what to do first. It's all
And not only do we not know what to do, we don't know who to go to.
Right.
And chances are, if we are in a relationship with a man, you're married, your husband, he doesn't want to do this.
Right.
He always will say to you, it's all right, honey, we'll get around to it. For some reason, men just don't want to do this. But again, it's the women that are left in such serious messes at a time when their heart is absolutely broken.
Right.
So you don't have to find a lawyer. I found a lawyer for you.
Yes, you did.
My lawyer. You don't have to go to a lawyer's office. The lawyer via this program is coming directly into your home. You don't have to worry about making changes and paying for them. Why? Because you can update these as many times as you want. Oh, are you worried about maybe you don't know what to do and you're going to need help? And where would you go in this program if you needed help? Well, that's really easy. I've taken care of that for you as well. And what you're going to see on your screen is in a second is all you have to do is click the help button. And what can you do? You can email, live chat, or phone us. And it's just that simple. And there it is. It's the help button. And that is in every single program. Also, this program does come with 90 frequently asked questions where I sat down and I asked Janet, the trust lawyer, every question that you should be asking a trust lawyer if you're with them, and then you can hear her answer. So even if you don't want to use this program for whatever reason, I don't know why, but you should be educated when you go to a lawyer. And one more thing, what's so great is that, remember I said now we're coming directly into your home, and like we're sitting across the desk from you. What's interesting is that when you're in a professional's office, like a lawyer's office, and they say something that you don't understand, or you think you understood it, and then you get home and you go, what did that mean?
Right. Yeah.
Because these are legal documents. They're just not 1 or 2 page long. They're thick. And so here you get to rewind and listen to the explanation over and over and over again. You don't have to make a call for billable hours and say, what did that mean? So these are the things you need to know about this. But yet now, next thing, Callie, is we have the Ultimate Opportunity Savings Account with Alliant Credit Union.
Let's talk about that.
All right. Now, Callie, have you done this yet?
I have not. I am fascinated by it.
All right. So you know, and I know, and every single person watching right now knows that if you go into a bank or a credit union or whatever, chances are your interest rate right now is 0.05%.
Right.
Maybe it's 0.10%. It's nothing. And I realize people need money right now, and they need a great interest rate. So I went to Alliant Credit Union. I approached them. Why did I approach them? Because Alliant Credit Union is the best credit union, in my opinion, online credit union in the entire United States. They care about you so much, it's not even funny. And they have figured out a way that every single one of you can become a member of the Alliant Credit Union. And here was what I asked them. I said, can you give everybody a great interest rate? And they go, well, Susie, we already do. It's 0.55%. I said, but how can we give them more money? Can we do this? If you go with this activation card and you simply then go and become a member of Alliant Credit Union through this activation code only, what will happen is if you put in at least $100 a month for 12 consecutive months, they will give you $100 at the end of those 12 months. Now, here's what you need to understand about that. You would need $18,000 today in an account to earn $100 of interest.
Whoa.
So if you just put at least $100 in for 12 consecutive months, there are no fees whatsoever. Then when you take money out of an ATM, not going to cost you anything. There's no catch here, people, but this is how you can easily earn an extra $100 on just $1,200. That is a big deal. Now, this was such a great deal for everybody, and everybody has been loving Alliant Credit Union so much. People are putting in $100,000, $200,000. They're transferring a lot of money into the Alliant Credit Union. Now, I don't care. You can do that if you want, but at least put in an amount of money every single month for 12 months so you can get that $100. Here's what you need to know. For those of you who did this with me in March when I was on, and right now, you have got to open your account before December 31st of this year. Got that, everybody? You still have a year after you've opened it to do this and get your $100, but after December 31st of this year, you're not going to be able to open an account to get the $100 in the Ultimate Opportunity Savings Account. Also remember, you can't just go to Alliant Credit Union and sign up. You have to do it through this program here.
And that's all.
Otherwise, you won't get the $100.
That's I love
Great,
it.
right?
It's easy money. Easy money.
Easy money.
And that's all part of the activation code that you will receive with your package as you're placing your orders. Speaking of which, we have 25 minutes left with Susie for the rest of this year. This is the last chance to do this. If there's one thing you're going to spend any money on today, make it this. There's a lot of things we buy that are fun, that feel good, that make us feel happy for a minute. But this is long-lasting peace of mind. It is smart to make these decisions based on Suze Orman's recommendations. I mean, the book is a wealth of knowledge. You're getting the hard copy, you're also getting an ebook, and you're getting the audio book that you can share with others in your family. You are getting the activation code to unleash the most important documents, the must-have documents, 4 of which are right here. And then, of course, you just heard about that whole incredible program with the Alliant Credit Union. You know, we love to live for today, Susie, but we have to plan for tomorrow. And it is something that most of us dread and we put off, and we're like, and we just don't know what to do because it's daunting. And you're right, legal documents are horrific to read if you're not an attorney. But this is something that Susie, I mean, she is the world's most respected, the world's most famous personal finance expert. And she is here with us. What a treat to have her and this system. This is a system that takes you by your hand, one step at a time. Susie, you've made it so easy for all of us. I have my Facebook right here, and I just wanted to share a couple comments and a quick question, if you don't mind. One thing, Ammo saying, I'm an attorney. She owns your suitcase of the documents, and she said she appreciates the low cost and the fact that she can adjust all her documents as many times as she wants to for the low cost of a notary. That's a great point. And then one question from Tracy saying, she's asking, once the documents are complete, do the documents have to be filed in the court system?
No, they do not. All you have to do is put them in a place where everybody knows where they are, because it's really important that the documents are the original documents. And what's also so great about these documents is that, and I haven't yet been able to figure out how do I actually demonstrate it on, on Zoom, on Skype and everything that we're doing, but these documents were set up so that you could easily just go to your library on your iPhone or your iPad or whatever it is that you use and click on the pictures of your beneficiaries so that you then get to print out a picture scenario of who have you left everything to. Oh, are we going to demonstrate it here? There you go. Well, there are all my pictures. How cute am I? And oh, that is great. Look at that.
I was just thinking the same thing.
But you add your pictures in. Now, what's interesting about that is that when it's printed out and everything, you then don't have to go back and look through these documents as to every single person you left something to. You just go to the picture part of it and you get to see everybody, just like on the screen here. You get to see them, and if you go, I'm going to change it, you click, and they're all changed. So wouldn't you like a picture recall of everybody you've left something to, other than looking it up with all these documents? But again, with just the few minutes that we have left, I just want to say this. Times are changing. And do you even know that this is the first year, 2021, right now, that for the first time ever, Social Security will be in deficit. If it continues to do so by 2034, chances are they're going to have to reduce the Social Security checks by 78%.
Ooh,
or not by 78%, but by a lot, all right, up to that, So you're going to have to be very careful here, everybody. Now, obviously, they're going to do things to make it so that does not happen. However, you have to know what you invest in now, how you invest. Are you protected? You need to know what kind of conversations do you have with your kids. You need to know, do you do a reverse mortgage or do you downsize? You need to know all of these things. You need to know about long-term care insurance and everything that starts to affect you as you get older. So what's interesting about that is this is where you should come to get that information. This book is up to date. What I tell you to do in this book, I did not tell you to do in my other books. And why is that? Because the times are changing.
Yeah.
So when the times change and what you need to do changes, I let you know that. So if you want, once again, my dear Callie, we can go through the must-have documents, how easy they are to set up, and why, if you don't do these, you really are making the biggest mistake out there.
So that leads me to my next question. As the documents, most important ones are right in front of me. A question came in from Rochelle. Which documents should I start with? What is the most important? I have a son and a stepdaughter.
Oh, so here's what's fabulous. You don't have to worry about that, because so many times in our previous programs, you had to do the will. Then you had to go back and re-answer all the questions and do the trust. And then you had to go back and re-answer all of them. So in this particular program here, you just answer the questions that are in front of you, and then all 4 must-have documents are already created at that point. So you don't have to worry about it. The other reason that I did that is because so many of you think all I need is a will. I'll get this for just a will. Oh no, you need all 4. So because I know that you need all of these, I'm not giving you a choice to choose. You have to do all 4, but you get to do it all at once.
Yeah.
And it's just that simple.
Absolutely great. And as we go through those 4, one more question. I want to get to as many as I can in our limited time.
Absolutely. We can stick with the questions.
Good. Teresa says, I want to use this for 2 people. Do I have to buy 2 sets? I love the answer to this question.
Oh, you want to answer it, or I can answer it for you, but let's do it together, Callie. No. Right? This is the first time you're ever going to see an HSN host go, no, you don't have to buy two.
It's true.
And, right? Isn't
Good
that
point.
true, Callie? And the reason is this. Remember I told you the activation card that you get? You can give the code on that card to your friend, to your family member. This is password protected, so when you go on, you'll create your own account and you'll give it your own passcode. When you give your friend the activation code, he or she will go on and do the same thing, so you can't see each other's information, but then they get all of these things except for the hardback book absolutely free. So no, you don't have to do that. You can take that $63 and buy the Beekman thing that they were just selling.
There you go.
Tell the boys I told them that in the 7 o'clock hour tonight.
That's hilarious. It's so true though. And what a treat that is. That is so not the norm. But Suze Orman is one of those women who your knowledge is just beyond. And I wish I was half as smart as you are, but thank you for sharing what you know, what you've...
Stop, wait,
okay.
Callie, stop.
Okay.
You are not going to, on national television, be a woman that absolutely doesn't think that she is the end all and be all, because you are, Callie. We never want to be like anybody else. We want to be who we are. And so you are perfect just like you are, my dear Callie, and don't want to change one thing about you and don't ever want to be like anybody else. Do you hear me, girlfriend?
I hear you. And you know, thank you for saying that. I will say, I love that this book is in stock because this was my first introduction to you years ago. I was actually in therapy, and this therapist particularly encouraged me to start being more knowledgeable of some money matters. And I took this book and I devoured it. And from that point forward, I really, you are the person that I have trusted more in my life when it comes to money matters. And this is going beyond money matters. So I do really appreciate you, Suze, and I certainly appreciate your generosity in sharing your knowledge, especially with not making people buy multiples for everybody to be able to have access to the documents that you give us access to here. So let's get back in our few minutes together. The documents that are most important, they are in front of me, but this is only a portion of the documents you have access to.
Yeah, there's so many things. There's actually, I think there's over 75 essential documents on here and 90 some odd web links. Like, the program is so much more extensive than what we're talking about here. But the 4 must-have documents are documents that every single one of you must have. And the less money you have, the more you need this. It's easy for you to purchase something for $63. You can even pay it over time, whatever it may be. If you get it at home and you have a time and you want to send it back, okay, whatever it is. It's much easier to do that right here and right now and do the documents than have something happen unexpectedly and all of a sudden be hit with $2,000 probate fee, this and that, $20,000 to get the house that I was left. It's easier. So here's how easy it is for you to do. You're going to sign on, and like I said, you can personalize everything with pictures. What you're going to understand here is it's only going to take you 1 hour at most to complete these documents. And I'm going to be there throughout the entire program, guiding you in ways that I think might be a little confusing, even though they're not. Now, this is not a one-size-fits-all. We select the correct version of these documents for you, because if you're married, not married, children, no children, blended family, whatever it may be, these documents have to be different, and they are just for you. You then will answer a few more questions, and up will come your working document. Janet, the trust lawyer, my lawyer, who's now going to be your lawyer via this program, takes you through it. These are legal documents, everything in blue. When you click on it, up comes the actual definition. Everything that is in red. Here's what's fabulous. I change my mind all the time. You just go back, click, you click on the picture or the name of the person who you don't want in there and who you do, and it automatically changes it to that person. Just that simple. Then you print them out. Again, you take them and get them notarized, get them witnessed, and you are done. Again, it's a one-pager. It's a one-pager, that's it. Remember, these are state-specific. So we will give you instructions according to your state. You will personalize these, print these out, and then you are protected. And now we will go directly to the value of these 4 must-have documents, because this is the main reason that you should be purchasing it. These 4 must-have documents. If you went to see an attorney, and again, you don't know if they're a good attorney, you don't know if their documents are fabulous or not, it would cost you at least $2,500. So here's the question at hand, my friend. Do you want to go to an attorney and spend $2,500 for documents that you're not sure of, or do you want to spend $63 today and get the documents that were created by my own trust lawyer that you can change as many times as you want, that you can share with your family members, really everybody, and get the book that guides you for all the other things that are in your life, because there's more to everything than making sure you're okay than just having the must-have documents. You have to know about why you don't want a universal variable or whole life insurance policy. Do any of you have those? Biggest mistake you could be making. Or are you currently investing in bond funds? What are you doing right now with your money? It's very confusing. That's where the Ultimate Retirement Guide comes in.
Right.
And then how do you make the most out of the money you have? And that's where the Alliant Credit Union, my favorite place to really transact when it comes to financial matters. Alliant Credit Union is there to give you that $100 to pay you to save. And I'll just tell you, when you go and you do become a member, you have to do this though within the next month. All right, you have till about the end of this month to do this. There will be a surprise for you.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not going to tell you that.
That's right.
I'm not telling anybody about it unless they go ahead and do this.
Well, I am doing it today.
All these things, I'm telling you, you should do it today.
I'm going to do this today. I mean, why wouldn't you do this today, to have this kind of access to the most important things in life that will, you know, the truth is, you never know how long you're going to live. We all want our money to last a lifetime and beyond, but unless you're doing something to secure that certainty, you know, it's just it's up in the air. One quick question, Susie, from Aisha. She's saying, should a couple have a shared trust and will and then their own individual? So 2 documents in terms of if they pass at the same time and in the case of kids.
Yeah, in my situation, as you know, I'm married to KT, and we each have our own individual trusts. We just do. And so, but you will answer the questions when you sign on to this program. And remember how one of those little slides say, we choose the correct documents for you in your particular situation? It will come up with the documents that this program thinks you should use. What's interesting about this program is that there's so much artificial intelligence, so to speak, in there, because it has to choose what's right for you depending on your situation. So really, we've done all the hard work for you. However, I just found it was easier for me, for us each to have our own individual trusts. But you can do that or have a joint marital trust in here if you want, up to you.
Okay, great to know. Thank you. I do appreciate the questions, and I certainly appreciate you answering them. One more question, and then we'll kind of...
I love answering questions.
Oh, I know.
That's why I do the Women in Money podcast.
Oh.
You can ask me questions.
The Women in Money podcast. Check it out, folks, because it is a wealth of knowledge every single time you tune in. Roxanne is asking, if I already have a will and advance directive, can I just do the revocable trust?
No. And the reason is it's important that you update things. Now, you do this program, listen, it would take you as long to just do the will on this program as it would to do the will, the trust, the advance directive, and everything else. So just answer all the questions. It's not a big deal. And you can use the trust in this program if you want, or the trust that you, or sorry, the will in this program if you want, or the will that you already have. But if I were you, I would do it all new. Why not? Because maybe as you're doing it, you'll change your mind and you'll say, oh my God, yeah, I know. I'm going to change that.
Yeah.
And the only thing that you do is, you just get it witnessed, notarized, and there you go, girlfriend.
Betty wants to know this. My son is on title with me in California. Does he have to sign these documents too?
No, he doesn't. But the thing is, if both of you own this home and the title of the home is in both of your names, I would rather see you seriously, Betty, take it out of your child's name and only put it in your name into the title of the trust, held for your benefit while you're alive, especially in the state of California, and your child's benefit after you have died. The other reason is this. If you just own it in your individual name and in the trust in your individual name, and now you die, your son will get a step up in cost basis on your home. Otherwise, he only gets a step up in cost basis on your half. So if your house is now worth $2 million, which is totally possible in the state of California, or let's just say it's worth $1 million, and you bought it for $200,000, and your son now is on title, your cost basis is $100,000, his cost basis is $100,000. You die, he may get a step up in cost basis on your half of up to $500,000, but he still has his cost basis of $600,000. So if he sells it at $1 million, he has taxes. If you own it in your individual name in the trust and you die, his cost basis is $1 million. He turns around and sells it, no taxes. So you know and I know that you put it also in your son's name to avoid probate. Wrong. Here's the other thing. Let's just say you become incapacitated. You have a stroke, something goes wrong, and your son needs to sell the house because he no longer can afford to keep it. He can't sell it, Betty, because you can't sign the documents, the deed, because you're incapacitated. He now has to go down to probate court. That will cost him $5,000 in the state of California. Have you declared incompetent, get a conservatorship for you, and every year from then on has to go to court to make sure that what he's doing with your half of the money is legit. Put it in the trust, Betty, in just your name.
Oh my goodness, this is, the questions are now pouring in, Suze, and so are the calls with people placing their orders. And I can't encourage you enough to do this now. This is the most important purchase you could possibly make. You have to get this. Don't put this off any longer. Two things I'm going to share with you. We have 150 left of the incredible Women and Money. This is the revised and updated version. We'll put an item up on the screen, so because this is a different purchase, a different book than what we're talking about. There it is, 685087. This is the first book I ever read of Suze's, but it was the original. This is updated and revised. Get this, 5 flex, so it's $3.80. Wealth of knowledge. This is what really sparked me into a new world of being proactive and empowered. But this is our last chance. You will not have an opportunity to do this. This is our final few moments with Suze for the rest of the year. We've only had the opportunity twice this year, Suze, and this, out of all the things we've done together, I think this is the best. The incredible value. I mean, I don't know how this is on sale, even at a regular price. This is nothing compared to the wealth of peace that you will have moving forward and knowing all of this is taken care of. You're not going to leave your family in some riff and tension. Families get torn apart because some of these decisions haven't been made prior to something happening. And life happens. Accidents happen. Things happen that change things.
Callie, one of the people that, wrote into you, one of their questions was, what about my kids?
Yeah.
And I don't think I answered that question, but everybody should know that kids can't inherit money. That if they are minors, they can't inherit money. So the reason that you want a living revocable trust is so that if they are still minors after you have, died, then you have assigned somebody who will take care of the money for them. Instruct them everything that you want with it. Otherwise, if you leave your kids minors, or your minor kids, right, money in your will, it goes into a blocked account until they're 18 years of age.
Yeah, and it's really...
Do you see do you know how many times you've said, really?
I know.
That's the problem. You don't know what you don't know.
It's true.
And the biggest mistake that all of you are making are the mistakes you don't even know that you're making.
And there's the
So
knowledge.
Don't do that to yourself.
I know, it's the worst feeling ever. Just one step is all it takes towards knowing more. And knowledge is power, and that feels good. We all want to feel powerful. And so this is your moment. The item is on your screen. The item is 755440. Yes, and we also have through the end of January with extended returns being in effect right now. So it's better than a normal purchase. I mean, it is probably the best purchase you will ever, without a doubt, this is the best purchase you will ever have made. We can buy a lot of things that make us feel good for the moment, but this is long term.
And listen, you guys, if you're really hurting for money, if you really don't have a pot to pee in seriously, order this, do it, and then send it back. Because really the goal here, and I'm not joking, the goal here is to make sure that at your time of need, that you are protected, that your assets are protected, that your family is protected, and every single one of you deserves that. So even if you don't have anything and you feel you don't know what to do, you deserve this, everybody. You deserve this sense of security. What is the goal of money?
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
goal of money is for you to be secure. Are all of you secure right now? Are you all sure that if something happened to your spouse or to you or to your kid, that you'd be all right? Also, I just have to say one other thing very quickly as I see we're counting down. For those of you out there who have kids that are over the age of 18, you don't have legal authority about them anymore. They end up in a hospital. You can't make health care decisions for them. So you might want to use this product right here for them to have the health directive and the advanced and durable power of attorney for health. You need all those for your kids so that you get to make decisions for them after the age of 18. You might want to think about that.
It's a really good point, Susie. My son had a lot of health issues when he was younger, and now that he's 25, it was the worst feeling to be pushed out of the room when he had to have something else done.
Do you see that?
Those, yeah. Some of those things I had taken care of, some I haven't yet through this conversation with you today, but the knowledge is in this book. The knowledge is in these documents, and it is all yours. There's an activation code. It's personal to you, and it is state-specific. That was a question on Facebook from Darlene. It is applicable to all 50 states. I know that you will absolutely love this book and the feeling that you'll have once you do this. It has been an absolute pleasure spending this time with you today, Susie. Much love to both you and to KT.
Yeah, and Callie, if you ever need anything, right, given what's happened, just call me, girlfriend. I'm always here for you.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You are a gem. I know everybody on Facebook is saying thank you so much for what you do. There are 2 books, one of which is almost sold out, The Women and Money, the updated and revised version, just a couple dozen remaining. It's a different item number. This is what we're talking about today, and this is your last chance for the rest of 2021. It's been the craziest time in our world. Retirement is different and more complicated now than it's ever been. But Susie helps it make sense and makes it easy for us to, like I said, just take the thorn out of your toe and just feel good about making that step. So big love to you. Stay well, both of you.
Thanks, sweetheart. God bless all. Have a good year.
Thank you. You too. I'll be in touch. Bye-bye. So with that being said, folks, this is your last chance. I know over how many? 6,000 have been, over 6,000. We are down to final quantities. What we have, we will honor this price until they all sell out. We have so many people love to listen to this program, listen to what Susie has to share. She is so smart, and she shares her knowledge with all of us. That is a generous part of who she is as a person. It's all here. It is easy. It is one step at a time. So feel good about this purchase. Enjoy giving this as a gift. They have all the way through the end of January January of next year. So get it now. Don't wait. It will be gone, and then you're gonna kick yourself again and keep putting this process off. It feels good to do it, and I hope you do it right now. It's 755-440 to get the entire bundle. It's a whole package and a system. I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. I know that Sarah is up next with Iman. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
I have journeyed around the globe. I've seen the beauty the world has to offer. Now I'm bringing you new fabrics, patterns, and soft silhouettes with spicy details. Exotic, but with a new degree of sophistication. Global chic is all about fashion freedom. So be free. Iman Global Chic, only on HSN.
The days of rushing to the stores for Black Friday bargains are over. Get ahead on your holiday shopping here at HSN during our Black Friday Jumpstart. That means low prices, valuable smart deals, and a surprise offer to come. Plus, we're giving you early access to the hsn.com Black Friday Deals store, so you can get going on that gift list. Skip the lines at the mall and get everything you need during HSN's Black Friday Jumpstart, Saturday at midnight.